SMPLive, perhaps the most popular Minecraft server in 2019, has been a host for all sorts of crazy occurrences over the past few months. What else is to be expected when you put some of the strangest people online together in a Minecraft server? But what if I told you that the strangest thing on SMPLive isn't a player at all? Over the course of SMPLive's lifespan, I began to notice a strange phenomenon taking place right underneath the very noses of the players it was affecting. Strange happenings that would never take place in vanilla Minecraft. At first, they were just summed up to simple glitches in the game, but soon I would find that this was no glitch. I will refer to it as the unknown entity. A being of unimaginable power, someone or something that lurks in the dark corners of SMPLive. Something that you should all fear, because based entirely on previous accounts, the unknown entity could kill us all at any moment. I took it upon myself to find everything I could on the unknown entity and compiled it into this video. The world needs to know the truth. My own personal theory regarding the unknown entity is that it was once a person who was trusted with a high position of power. Something such as a server admin or an esports community manager. At some point, he was fired or removed from his position and has begun to haunt SMPLive to take out his wrath towards the world. Fellow SMPLive member SneakSnag claims to have been the first person to encounter the unknown entity, and has offered to share his experience with me. So you claim to be the first person to have encountered the unknown entity?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, nobody else has talked about this.
So, unlike you, I've actually never seen the unknown entity. So if you could describe how he looked, if you got a good look at him, that would be very helpful to my research.
Yeah, I mean, he looks similar to the terrorist from Counter-Strike, but like he's one of the characters with sunglasses on, but you can see his eyes glowing through the sunglasses, and it's really, really eerie.
Okay. Did he have any kind of like in-game username, or was it just like an NPC?
Yeah, I think it was SV Yoshi. It was kind of hard to tell from the distance, but
SV Yoshi. Okay. And you say he looks like the terrorist from CSGO.
mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what he did? If he did anything?
He didn't really do anything. He just was up in the air and he was floating, and it just looked like he was scanning spawn, and then he noticed I was looking at him, and he flew off towards the ocean, as if I caught him in the middle of doing something that he wasn't supposed to do.
Have you seen him since? Has there been any other has there been any other reports, basically, or was this the only ever incident?
That reports not to my knowledge. I just hear stuff from other people, but none of us really want to talk about it a whole lot, because we're just really scared.
Well, thank you, Sneak, for your time. I much appreciate everything you've done for me here.
You're not gonna post this, are you?
What, this?
Yeah, is he gonna find me?
No.
You,
No, you don't need to worry. This is just between me and you.
you're not recording this, are you?
No, of course not.
I told you not to record this.
I'm not recording, it's okay.
You better not.
I'm not, okay?
I'll tell my mom.
Since Sneak's encounter with the unknown entity, things had been quiet. There was no reason to think anything of this other than the fact that it may have just been a prank someone had pulled on Sneak. It wasn't until months later that the unknown entity returned. Michael McChill has kindly given me access to footage that he claims will prove the existence of the unknown entity. The following content took place on top of the nether ceiling when Michael and his group were trying to create the Roof Border Society.
Oh, look, who is this one? Oh, it's Robert Downey Jr.
I want to see.
No, I put it away.
Fuck you.
Wait. Guys, Ant?
What?
Ant?
What about it?
The water.
Guys.
What the
guys,
fucking
someone
shit?
throw it in
We
my
have
chat.
water!
As you can see, Sneak's description of the unknown entity matches that of the player in the video. Perhaps he felt compelled to appear after the players used a glitch to do things that would not be possible in vanilla Minecraft. This theory is further supported by the fact that the entity gifts players with a water source block so they can grow crops in the nether. This may have given us some insight into the motivations and goals of the unknown entity. Absolute chaos. Disorder reigning over the server like a virus. He rewards players who break the average conventions of society. Case in point, gifting water to the players who glitched on top of the nether. To add even more evidence, watch this clip from I Am Ty, another member of SMPLive who had his own encounter with the entity.
All of your stuff and then log out.
That sounds like a good idea to me.
I mean, you can still do it.
Yeah, come back.
So,
Oh boy.
Oh!
Oh
My God! Yoshi, what did you do? Yoshi! What have you done?
What the fuck?
What have you done? Yoshi, what have you done? Oh my God! What have you done?
Notice something? Everything is peaceful, quiet. There's not enough chaos, and the entity wanted to change that. Using his godlike abilities, he teleports all entities and players in the game to the center of the ocean. It was quite the inconvenience for anyone online at the time. This clip is possibly the greatest display of power that we have ever seen from the entity. One could only imagine what else it is capable of. So, what do we do? How can we possibly fight against something that is so incredibly powerful? I wish I could tell you there was a way. But the truth is, I don't think there is a way. The only way to truly stop the unknown entity is not to attack it, but to defend yourself. Number 1. Avoid large groups of people. As seen in previous clips, the unknown entity only interacts with multiple people at a time, and actually chose to avoid any interaction with players who were alone. Opt into solo streams for a better chance of survival. Number 2. Don't play on the server. All reports of the entity have come directly from SMPLive. I'm not sure how, but the entity is obviously anchored to SMPLive and no other servers. A good way of avoiding its wrath would be to just play on a different server. Number 3. Accept your fate. There's not much to say. If the entity chooses you as a victim, you're helpless to defend yourself. May as well let it do what it wants and make your ban as painless as possible. Finally, there's one more thing I want to talk about. In a previous clip from Michael McChill, we see the entity reward players who embraced the chaos. Getting on the entity's good side would be quite a power play. But I can tell you something else. We don't know anything about the entity, and we don't know what it's willing to do once you stop being useful. This is a warning to all who may consider, do not go looking for the unknown entity, because maybe next time, he won't pardon your ban.